Everybody, I'm going to show you two trades that I took on March 17th that made me $2,235. However, one was a full trade and one was a stop out. So I want to show you how I scale the account, how I protect a profit after I have a green trade to make sure that I don't turn a green day red. And it's okay to give some money back or not trade after you've had one full trade. Like the idea of this is not to make all of the money that you're trying to in one day or one trade. The idea of it is to sustain this over a long amount of time so you can keep continuing being profitable and build your account. In the video, it's about a 1 hour video. I would highly recommend that you watch that at like 1.5 to 1 3/4 speed to get through that to where you can see the trades actually happening and interact with that. There's several hundred students that are on the live session that we teach and coach. So if you're interested in learning how I trade, please click the link below and also like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.
Victor, good morning. Give a few seconds for everyone to sign on, and then none of my levels are in place yet, guys. I'm going to go ahead and do those in real time with everyone. This morning, some of the newer people, just how I do that. It's super simple. I've done it a dozen or so times on some sessions for everyone, so just want to catch up some of the new guys up to it. Bill, what's happening, my man? Nothing, brother. Just got back from the gym. Did a Marine Corps PFT on Monday. Make sure I can still pass that thing. Feel a little beat up from it, if I'm being honest. Sethery, what's happening, man? German, good morning. All right, team. I'm gonna give it another minute or so, and then I'm going to set the levels from yesterday's levels for today's price action in real time, and we'll get going on that. Kyle, good morning. Let's do it, bro. All right, team. Setting levels from yesterday's price action. PDL touches. I will grab the most amount of touches at the highest point, which is going to be the bottom of that red wick. And it's right around that high from 922. I'll zoom in on that a little bit so I get it precise. 667.35. The PDL wick is very obvious. It's the lowest point of the day. 667.11. We'll move from there into the aftermarket highs and lows. Aftermarket high goes right in conjunction with the high of 10.1. Aftermarket low. Previous day open. Right at the top or the bottom of this green candle at 9:30. Mark the previous day close. Pretty range bound day yesterday, considering. It goes to the top there. And then we got to mark our pre-market. Pre-market high will go there. Grab the pre-market low really quickly. And then our pre-market high is on a heck of a tear up through the pre-market. And that also goes in conjunction from the high of, let's see, what is that? 10.8-ish time frame. Hard to see. They're mixed on top of each other. From 10.3. All right, team. Anyone got any questions on that? Steve, good morning. Hartnett, good morning. Jonathan, good morning, my man. All right, team. Resistance, support. Support's pretty clear where it's at right now. I'm going to go ahead and pop that in as we speak. I'm going to grab all three of those touches there. Let's see if I can't get it a little bit more precise. Grab the bottom of that red wick, two green bodies, or a green body and a green wick. And then resistance for now, the time being. One could argue that it's this, and it's retracing now. Or we could say the more conservative entry is here. So I'm going to let resistance sit for another minute or two to the 955 candle, let this candle close, and then we will establish resistance with a little bit more accuracy there if we can. And then underlying support will be right around here through the pre-market high-ish down into those previous day highs in wick. So if we do get a close below 673.44, we have a decent amount of drawdown, which is nice to see. Ren, good morning. Anthony, good morning. Sal, man, full house on here today. Christina, good morning. How y'all doing? Anyone got any questions about any of this? All right, let's make some money. I love the sound of that, my man. I'm being honest with you. I like that a lot. Joe, what's happening, bro? Steve, it is on, my man. Britton, good morning, my man. Resistance is not marked yet. Stephanie, I'm looking where this white line is at 673.90. This candle here breaks above it. This is retracing now. It's not breaking our structure. And I was going to let this candle finish out for the next 50 seconds and then establish if I'm going to put it here at 674.25 or if I'm going to use the lower, more assertive entry down at 673.90. And then my support is pretty confirmed here at 673.44 for the moment. FOMC is tomorrow afternoon, if I'm not mistaken. I think at 2 p.m. tomorrow. And then I think tomorrow during pre-market is PPI, if I'm not mistaken. All right, team. For right now, I'm going to call resistance 673.90. And I'm going to look left a little bit to find overarching because we need more room than the top of that. Well, not necessarily need more, but would like more. So let's see what else we got back far left. And 674.44, look at that. It interacts perfectly with the pre-market from the 12th. And it's also the bottom of the little swing point here on March 11th. So that's not a bad little area to call it for the moment, especially with the top of that candle there. Yeah, Bill, I think we have news at 10. I think it's pending home sales. I think you just mentioned. John, I agree with you. That is a fantastic book. Home sales is one of those weird newses where it doesn't necessarily move the market a lot, and then sometimes it really does. And does anyone know if they're hinting at rate cuts or not hinting at rate cuts? I know they were talking about it, and then someone, I think I read through a Market Watch blurb that they're talking about taking it off because of the oil prices or what it is and trying to keep inflation under control. Anybody heard anything good or bad? No cuts expected this time. That makes sense, right? Jerome's not going to change it. Good for him. Josh, the book mentioned was trading in the zone. I think I listened to the audio book of it. I don't believe I read it. I don't know. I know it doesn't count, but kind of does. You guys like reading books better or audiobooks better? Yeah, Todd, I'm right there with you. I know reading's probably better, like from a mind standpoint and what you comprehend and learn out of it, but the audiobooks are just so convenient. Yeah, exactly, Todd. Interesting. You retain more with the audio. All right, team. 40 seconds on this candle. We got our news. Let's see what this does. We might adjust resistance. We might keep it where it's at. See what happens. Michael, I think I agree with you, man. I think I retain better if I read it, but from a time standpoint, audio owns it. I can listen to them in my truck, at the gym, etc. All right, team. Joe, I did not listen. I don't know if there is one or not. Like the Candlestick Bible was something where there's so many visuals and reference points. It was a book that I read several times. And now perfect reactions off of 673.44, bouncing right off of that. All right, team. So puts below 673.44. Really good confirmation of that. And I still like calls above 673.90, but that depends on where it closes at too. Like it's got to give us enough room to exit up there. Kaylee, you didn't realize that you were a much better auditory learner than listening to books. Interesting. I got to definitely be into the book to read it. I'll give you that. Like it's really hard to keep my attention on something I'm not into. All right, team. More perfect reactions off of 673.44. Oh, by the way, happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you all. And I forgot about the Green Day. God, I have a Ram Rebel 4x4 pickup truck. It's old. It's 2016 with 200,000 miles on it. Yeah, Dad, I love that truck. It's been really good to me. You got all diesels. Yeah, mine's a gas truck. My next truck that I buy will be a diesel. You're not the only one who said that, my man. I don't disbelieve that by any means. All right, team. I have the 668 puts March 18th, 668 puts pulled up. They're not moving amazingly, but they're not moving bad considering what we're looking at here. I'm really zoomed in on this chart, so see what we get. Nice little confirmation there. All right, team, 20 seconds. Same 668s. Just looking for a firm candle close below. 10 seconds. 2, 1, and buying here. And filled at 168. No stop yet. And I'm going to go ahead and put my stop in team at 149. Get a little selling pressure here. We should be good to go. It's holding that support line nicely. Side of sorrow. All right, team, back at break even. See if we can get a little selling pressure here. Stop is still in. All right, team, almost back to break even again. See if we can get a little selling pressure here. Get a nice weak close here would be great. All right, team. Not a great close, but not a bad close. Just a little negative pressure here, and we'll be good to go. Back at break even. I'm going to be quick to take profits here, team, if this flush is hard for us. That pre-market high area, the bottom of that red wick to the left is our draw. We come up to like 172 to 173. I'll get my stop off. Stop is off. Just a little bit more down pressure. Stop is off. One more little dig down, and we'll get risk free here. little bit more. And go ahead, take half team there at 180, filled at 179. There's your 180 again. Stops at break even. Stops at break even. Right through that pre-market high. Now we got that little stepping point at underline at 672.46. And then we got our PDH wick below that. See if we can't get a good exit on the next piece. Stops at break even. We can come down to that underlying support team. I'm going to look to get another piece of positions off there, regardless of where that number is at, just to let you guys know. We got two really good prints on the 1 minute, though. Should be okay. Just need a little speed on these suckers. Stop is off. And I'm going to go ahead and take another piece there, team at 186. Filled at 185, not the best fill. Stops at break even. All right. I got our first piece of positions off team at that pre-market high wick. We saw it react to it perfectly. I waited as best I could on it. Contracts, not the best movement, but not terrible. And then we got that underlying support, which was that pre-market stepping point that we're looking at. Now we have PDH wicks and the PDH high touches to work through. And I'll do my best to keep us in this trade and make a lot of money on it if it lets us. Otherwise, we can look for another setup later.
Gorgeous move, Jerry. There's been a lot of these clean retests, and by the end of the candle, it turns into that nice weak candle with a long wick, and then bang, there she goes.
Yeah, this was a textbook Greystone setup all day long. Establishes a range, breaks the range, tests back down into the lower levels. It's textbook as it gets.
Yep. Super similar to yesterday's,
Mhm.
right? Yeah, very, very
Yeah.
similar.
Reacting really well off that underlying support, just confirming those levels are accurate. So we can stay alive in this and get a nice, good, heavy candle to push us through that PDH wick and those PDH touches. From where we're currently at 672.55 to 671.99, we should be able to get some really good movement on those trailers if those come down to that. Gorgeous close. All right, team, I'm going to take my stop up to 185. And I do have 5 left behind, just to let you guys know. Right on my stop, but still alive in this somehow. And stop there.
Beautiful.
And yeah, I think I timed that really well with where I put my stop. I was trying to hold that underlying support. And I think this theta got me a little bit there with the slower contracts that we have. But I'm okay with that. That was a nice little move this morning. Not a bad way to start Tuesday.
Amazing way.
Yeah, it's as good as it gets. How'd everybody do on that? It was a really nice really nice slow movement on puts. Like usually those things flush really hard and you got to be a little bit quicker there, but it's just nice and slow and perfect. Victor, you still in it? Harnick, you still in it? Love it, guys. Team, this has got all heaps of room down if it can stay below that PDH, if it can get below that PDH touches at 671.99. Um, we marked that in real time. I went through like just how I set the levels, Andy, like 5 minutes ahead of the session starting with the group that was on. And I mean, you can just see how like yesterday's levels are just so relevant for this morning's session so far. I mean, we
Oh yeah.
literally walked right through pre-market high. We walked right through the underlying support, which was like the stepping point of that last little bit of a pre-market before the opening candle. So
Yep.
yeah, really nice.
Alicia, welcome back. Happy to have you back. Tex is asking, when trading on mobile, what price are you looking to sell? I only see mid price, which is what I've been using. So this is actually recent. When I say recent, I mean in the last year or so, maybe a little bit more. Um, let's see. I haven't done this in a while. You can basically get your Turbo Trader similar to what we have on desktop on mobile. So let me pull it up. Let's go to get some contracts pulled up. Okay, so if you go
Oh, look at
to,
that. Ooh, 209 on those. Just got snatched on them.
wow. So Tex, hit the settings, the gear button in the top right, and change your order page style from classic to Turbo Trader. And then you can just have your buy ask, or excuse, I have buy market, buy ask, sell market, sell bid. And it helps a ton. And then I'm watching the mid price, right? It's showing me the mid price above that, but I'm just selling at market. So that's exclusively what I would do on mobile rather than what do they call it? The classic trading settings, which are brutal. For much, for like I don't know, 3, 4 years, that was the majority of my trading on mobile with that classic trader. It was brutal. It's much better now.
All right, team. I still do have I said I had five left behind. I misspoke on that. I have 10 left behind. I'm at my fill at 169. I got filled at 168. I have my stop on those at 169 for some slippage, and I'm going to let those ride for a little bit if we continue on down. I did readjust some support and resistance. I brought resistance down to what that underlying support level was. This candle here that closed below the PDH wick, flushed through the PDH touches. I probably could have managed those trailers a little bit better than what I did and got us at maybe 195 or so on them, but I'll be okay. We'll be okay with what happened there. And then I'm going to see if we can't hold below 672.45 for a candle and potentially get into calls after that. But it looks like it's not going to give us that. Really, really powerful buying candle there. Let's see what happens. Not in a trade here. We still have that pre-market high, which is the absolute wick to work through, but um, let's just wait for that another A plus setup here. Andy, do you trade a lot on mobile still or not really?
No, no, hardly.
No. Yeah. Miles, you sold the rest of those contracts at a 1% count gain. Miles, isn't that awesome to make 1.4% on one trade of your account? Like, I think that's awesome. I think that means you're sized approximately 10 to 12% of your account, maybe 8 to 12% of your account, something like that. Just fantastic on that end and really good account growth on one trade. Okay, team, bear with me for 1 second. Just kind of watch my chart if you want to. I'm going to readjust this in real time. Like, all right, guys, we flushed below the underlying support. I moved my resistance there, as you guys can see, right? Resistance becomes support. This candle took it out. It's not, in my opinion, this is definitely not a break of structure yet to continue back up. I am now going to move support to the bottom of this in real time price action that we're seeing. We have one, two, and almost a wick touch on it here at 1020. On this, my trailers did get stopped, or my stragglers did get stopped out, just to let you guys know. And I will potentially look for calls with a firm green candle above this pre-market high, potentially. It's going to watch this here. We have a lot of overarching areas to start working through. That starts with that red wick, where this wick almost came up to the penny and rejects it. Not quite there yet. Then we have above that 673.12. And then above that, we have 673.21. And then we have the bottom up here, 673.44. So not impossible to do, but a lot of work for SPY to do to get that on its way back up. However, more puts below 672.28 to continue down, especially with it coming up here and rejecting the pre-market high again. Let's see if it gets it to us. Okay, team, I'm going to use the same 668 puts with a firm close below 679, 672.28. Team, that was like a 3/4 trade to maybe a full trade, however y'all want to view that one. I'm going to size down to protect this morning. I'm very, very green on the day and the week now, and I am not going to by any means turn this red. So I'm going to size it down from my 20% to about 5-ish%, just to let you guys know. You guys do what fits y'all's risk tolerance and portfolio just fine. I like this setup. I'm just keeping my day green.
Megan, I see your question in the Zoom chat. I'll answer it after this candle.
"30 seconds, team. I do not think that we're going to get this entry here, but be ready in case it does. It will happen fast. 668 puts are pulled up. Sizing at 1/4 size. 10 seconds. Be ready. 2, 1, and stand away.
All right. So Megan
Just,
asked,
go ahead,
sorry.
Andy. I'm so sorry. No, you're fine. Go ahead. Megan
She
asked
said,
something.
today is my first day and I haven't done a deep dive into the videos yet. Do you think I should stay on the webinar today or just leave and use this time to watch videos? If you have zero idea what we're talking about at all, and it just sounds like a complete foreign language and it's not providing any value, then I would certainly recommend to go ahead and watch videos. But if you're able to follow along, like this is a tremendous education just watching Jerry do his technical analysis and sort of walk through how he's reading price play out. And even if like you're not taking trades, even if some of it is confusing, if you're able to follow along to some degree, it can be very valuable and very helpful. But again, if it's like completely foreign, which it totally may be for, I would say, most new folks that join us. And they're, you know, for if they have zero experience, jumping on right away without context, without joining some of Lindsay's sessions to get help on execution, like getting your trading account opened up and just focusing on execution initially. Um, it would totally sound like a foreign language. And in that case, I would recommend for you to watch some videos. Try to jump on one of Lindsay's sessions. She hosts those at 12 p.m. Eastern every day. And that'll be super helpful in just getting you ramped up with initial execution, just like learning how to hit buy and hit sell. And you use the actual trading platform. That is, I would say, the priority for the first month or so. Jerry, looks like we both have good internet today, man. I don't want to jinx it, but it's looking good.
Bro, please don't jinx it, Andy. Spectrum was out again yesterday. Man, it's so frustrating, man.
It is. I know you always say first world problems, but dude, in this world we live in and with what we do,
Mhm.
probably the most important thing. And it's wild that we've advanced technologically so far beyond what anyone could have imagined 10 years ago.
Mm.
However, this technology that's now decades old of internet connection still can cause so many problems.
Yeah, I agree. And Andy, when I say it's like a first world problem, I mean that like lightheartedly and kind of joking around, like, right? Like sometimes we take for granted how great everything in America can be, like literally drinking water in our toilets. Like there's plenty of countries that you can't drink water unless it's bottled. So I say that lightheartedly from that perspective, but it is absolutely a problem all the same, especially for our livelihood of trading.
Yeah. And also, what I'll say I found for me, Zoom
Mhm.
seems to require the greatest amount of, you know, connection or power, whatever it may be. Like I haven't had any problems with Webull, like with my actual trading.
Mhm.
I haven't really found any problems with browsing the internet, but it's
Mhm.
Zoom that's had the biggest and most noticeable problems, which is
S- Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So, Andy, I went down the rabbit hole in that. So apparently, when we're using Webull and we watch movies at home and stuff like that, that's all using your downloading bandwidth. Zoom is actually uploading. So it's the upload speeds that are not in comparison, right? So, like for example, I have 1 gig of download speeds, but it's only like 100 megabytes of upload speed. But supposedly, Zoom only needs 20 megabytes, which apparently that's still not working right.
Ah, interesting.
So when the internet does what it has been doing to us over 5 weeks, like I probably have read too much stuff that I don't even know what's right and wrong anymore on it, my man.
So where did you determine where are you able to see the upload speed?
When you run a speed test, it'll show you upload speed and then download speed. And your
Got it.
upload speed is what Zoom is feeding on.
Got it. I've okay. Let me take a look.
Mhm. So like my upload speeds through my Spectrum are really, really slow. And they're supposed to be like it's supposed to be way higher than what it is. They're just not. Team, I'm not taking this just to let you guys know. I'm just gonna let this and this doesn't look like it's gonna close above that level anyways, which it did not. But
Yeah. It says my upload speed is 723.
you should be fine.
Okay.
You should be that is fast as hell.
Okay.
Yeah, I literally when I ran mine yesterday, my upload speed was like 64 megabytes a second, which is terribly slow.
Oh,
Terribly slow. Which is also like when you go to upload videos to like your Greystone website, like the live courses in there, those uploads will take forever with that when because you're literally sending the information away into the internet versus pulling it off the internet into your system.
right. Got it. So what is your upload speed fixed now?
I think so. I don't knock on wood. It is, but one of the gentlemen in here, Alex, does IT work, and I'm gonna call him this afternoon and hopefully get that. Apparently, he said there's some really good dual band router I could purchase that would possibly solve some of this stuff. So, um, I'm just kind of running out of ideas what to do, and I'll throw whatever amount of money at it to make it happen. So, Bill, you're running at 907 upload since you started using the Ethernet cable directly to your router. Interesting. Yeah, Marlon, I have a bunch of stuff on my system, but apparently, according to Spectrum and according to Starlink, it should be able to support it just fine. It's just simply not doing that for us, at least for me. Nice confirmed range down here.
Very.
Very, very nicely confirmed. All right, team, 3 minutes to go. Puts below 672.28 and calls above 672.59. I would like the firm candle to take out that pre-market high wick at 672.70, but if it's like a penny off of it and it's firm, I will still take it. If I have a hardwired connection, you should turn off your Wi-Fi. That'll ensure the IS latency connection issue. Oh, maybe I have not done that, Dorio. I appreciate that heads up. Maybe that's what I've got going on because I do have hardwired stuff in now, but my never did disable the Wi-Fi.
Oh, like forget the network and then add it again. Is that what you're saying?
So Dorio is saying the dual band router get a Ubiquiti, I think is how you say it. I'm definitely pronouncing that wrong. This will ensure that you have there's IS latency issues connected to your connections won't switch between the two connections. Rule of thumb for Macs when running multiple internet dependent software is to have only one NIC running. That's good to know, Jay. I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, I'm somewhat illiterate with this stuff, but I know that when I plugged in the Ethernet, which I'm interpreting as hardwired connection, I
Mhm.
turned off Wi-Fi, forgot the network, re-added it. So hopefully that is somewhat in line with what you're saying, Justin. What do you say, Jerry? You want to close above overarching?
I would I was looking for this entry to be a little bit lower to that pre-market would draw up to that. For
Yeah.
where this current candle's at, I would like it to be that is being that it just reacted perfectly off of it and fell. I think that I think that we need it to get above that because then my next level of overarching is the bottom here at 673.46. So we do have enough room if it gets above 673.12. But the
Mm,
way it's rejecting that in real time, I'm not going to take that unless it's above it.
okay. Yep.
And I have the 676 calls pulled up, and I am going to go size at a quarter, and it does need to be firm and above overarching at 673.12. It doesn't mean it won't flow past it. It just and obviously staying away. We just watched it hit its head on that thing twice and reject it. To me, that's just like it to be a little bit more confirmed. But we do have lots of room up back to the highs of the day if we can get back above that. Did you take it, Andy?
No.
No. John, a little confused by the price action. Grid up and then quick drop. Any journaling suggest a general direction it will go? No, from a journaling standpoint, I don't typically journal that. I literally am just like journaling clearly defined range, how many touches, etc. Um, on that. To me, we have very, very bullish structure through the pre-market, right? Like there's no question about that. Pretty much the whole pre-market from let's say 435 has been pretty bullish. It kind of breaks a little bit of structure here. It keeps on going up and up and up. And then opening candle comes up, it establishes a nice range. We get a nice pullback into like the pre-market high swing points in the PDH wicks, etc. And now it looks like it could continue back on. So the price action is really clean, respecting levels. Like just need it to give us another setup, and if it doesn't, completely okay too after that first hit. Definitely not going to force anything on it. I used lead to establish my overarching resistance. So I marked the bottom of the green wick here. We took the trade here. It retraced back up a little bit. We got this big flush down, which was a really, really nice trade. Um, and then I marked overarching with the lower level of resistance here. We had the pre-market to work through. And then I marked that with the anticipations that this is the lower part of the swing point. And then the higher parts of my overarching would be the 673.48. And if it takes out that, then the next levels are way up here at 674.24. So and these contracts they open at about a buck 73 and they hit 180. So definitely not your 10%. You'd had to been really quick to take that off.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised it moved that much.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree, Andy. I'm surprised they moved that much as well. We do have a falling VIX at the moment, though. That's might be a part of what's happening, but it's not falling fast or anything amazingly.
Right.
It's not like some anomaly there where VIX is pulling back like 2, 3 points at a time to make that happen. Well, look at this, right back into range. Feathery, nice call to stay away from that. Um, Thanks, man. All right, team, 27 seconds. I don't think that we're going to get back down to this 672.29. I also marked 672.46 in real time for puts here. I don't think we're going to get back down there enough. I do have the 667 puts pulled up if it does happen in the next 10 seconds, but I want it below 672.29 at the moment. And obviously staying away. Really good confirmation of that upper level though at 672.46. It bounced off of it right at the last few. Let's see if it holds there or if it just takes them both out on the next candle. Andy, how's hockey going, man? You still playing? Or did that
Yeah,
go away when you moved?
we're actually where I'm playing is in Boca, so it was a long
Okay.
drive for me where I lived before and dramatically closer now, but we're in the off season right now. They do like one
Okay.
season that ends in I don't know what was it, maybe early February, and then there's like a 6 week break, and then I think the next season will start in April or maybe March, or excuse me,
Okay.
or maybe May. Um, so I haven't played in a little bit now, which has been fine. I can't say I've been itching to play, which I wish that I was. I wish I had
Yeah.
a bit more desire. I was feeling amazing when I started playing again. I felt incredible out there for the first bunch
Mhm.
of games. And over time, which is weird, as I continued to play more, I felt kind of worse and worse. And um, like my first bunch of games, I felt I was, doing really well out there. And over time, I just kind of started blending in with the pack a little bit, which
Okay.
isn't fun. So I got to get back up there and play with more intensity. And I think it'll be more fun. It's just more fun when I'm playing better.
Oh, of course. Yeah, I get
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. How about you? I imagine you've been staying pretty active.
Yeah, man. A lot of gym work. I planted a bunch of fruit trees over the weekend here at the house, which I know is nothing to do with like sports or anything like that, but definitely just been outside moving. I haven't been diving or spearfishing a lot. I think I've only been one time since I was in Africa, which is
Oh, no way.
very unusual for me. But
Wow.
we just had a really brutal, dirty, cold winter, and I was supposed to go to Mexico March, like 4th to the 11th, and that whole cartel thing over there kind of shut that down. So,
Right.
I mean, whatever. It's all part of it, but can definitely tell like I haven't been spearfishing in a while just by how empty my freezer is on that.
Yeah. James and Andy, did you play any other sports besides hockey growing up? I swam until I was 13. Swimming is a brutal sport. Both my
Mm.
sister and wife swam Division One. And there's just nothing fun. It's just pure grit, pure hard. But it's an amazing sport. Teaches you a tremendous amount. So I'm glad that I swam until I was around 13, and and then I played some baseball as well. But like I swam at a high level and I played hockey at a very high level. I didn't play base. I would just play in the spring up
Mm.
until I was also around 12 or so. And then I just focused on hockey. Steve said, I
There
hope
we
you're not
go.
a red line hanger. I'm a defenseman, but I will catch myself hanging a little bit in my men's league up by the far blue line.
What a powerhouse of a candle here, huh, Andy?
Hmm. Let's see if it wants to stay above those previous highs, that previous
Mhm.
wick.
All right, team, 35 seconds or so. I have the 676 calls pulled up, still sizing at 5%. A firm close up above the 673.12. And as long as we don't suck up the draw to the highs of the day, 15 seconds, 12 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and buying here. Filled at 178. No stop quite yet.
This looks so good.
Hmm. We can come up to the bottom of this swing point in this area here, team. I'll look to go risk free, give or take in this. I'm going to let this play out for a moment. This is really strong and holding nicely. I was hoping it was going to pop really quickly for us, but that's why hope is not a strategy. I'm going to leave my stop off for now. And if we come below that overarching level, I'll go ahead and get it on. Let's go ahead and put a stop on it now. And I'm going to put my stop in team at 155. All right, team, high quality setup. Risk management's in effect. Let's let it
Hold,
play out.
hold, holding on really nicely to this 673.20 area.
Mhm.
Let's let's see it through and seek new highs now. There we go.
All right, team. Come on. Let's get a big green engulfing candle on the right side on this 1 minute. A little bit of a powerhouse here. Come on.
Yeah, it's strong. It's a little jittery, isn't it?
It is. It is. Come on, take out that green wick to the left. Right where I got these crosshairs at. If we can take that green wick out and stay above that 673.39, I think we got heaps of room up past that. Here we go. Come on. Final minute here. Get a nice, good, firm close. There we go. 15 seconds, team. Stop is still on. Come on. One nice pump is all we need. Team, I'm going to take my stop and move it up to 160. I'm going to take a little risk off the table here. We've been holding this overarching level long. We don't need that big retracement at this point. If it was going to do that, it would have done it a long time ago. No sense in giving back more of the profits if it does go against us. Nice reclaim of that overarching. Let's get some power up. Here we go. Back at break even. Team, I'm going to be very quick to execute if this allows me to. And it is really struggling here. Let's go. Come on, Spy.
It is. The structure still looks good,
Agreed.
right? Ryan would definitely like this higher low, and it's just got to hold.
All right, team. Almost back to break even. Not quite. See if we can't get just a little bit of power here. We don't need much for it to go. 50 seconds. Get some power in the last minute. Hold above this overarching and just launch. Twenty seconds, team. Come on, reclaim that. All right, team. Risk management's in effect. Let's see if we can't get a risk-free trade here. Hmm. All right, team. Right around break even, a little erosion on the contracts. No surprise there. We've been in this for plus 10 minutes now. However, they're holding up better than what I thought they would be. Come on. You got this, Spy. Looks like the Marine Corps PFT I ran on Monday, Andy. It's going hard.
I like where you moved your stop, Jerry, because we either hold on there at like 673 flat and hold the structure, and if not, no need to have that wider stop.
Yeah, that should hold us in this trade. And if it does take that out, then the thesis is no longer valid anyway. So why give money back to Spy if
Yeah.
we don't have to, or more than we have to? Couple cents away from stop. Still fighting strong though. We might be in this trade till the 2 p.m. session, Andy. All right, here we go. Let's go. Do your work, Spy. You held the red wicks. Now come get those green wicks to the top left. All right, team, 3 minutes to go. Couple of cents away from stop. Somehow the other's still alive in it. And stop there. Well, that's really weird. I got stopped with 160 and it was showing 163, 162 on my bid and ask.
Yeah. I'm still in for the moment.
Good deal. Andy, if you want to call it while you're in it, that's fine.
Okay. Let's see. And I'm stopped too.
Yeah. And I mean, it was a beautiful entry. And immediately followed up. I thought we were going to get into that 10, 12%, or I'm sorry, that 8 to 12% zone. It just never went for it.
Yeah, I love that entry.
Same.
But
Yeah.
sizing at
It's
a
what risk management
quarter
does.
size is hardly a scrape on the knee compared to the win from earlier.
Agreed. All right, I'll circle through some questions here. Sarah, you're off on a ladies fishing comp this weekend chasing yellowfin. Oh, where are you at, Sarah? Please say Central America.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to drop here. Have an amazing rest of your Tuesday, guys, and we'll see you in a little bit. Jerry, amazing session,
Andy,
brother.
thanks, sir. Have a great day. I'll see you either later today or if not tomorrow morning.
Have a great one. See you guys.
Thanks. See you guys. Kirk, when I talk about erosion, what am I looking at? Just trying to follow. So we took this entry, Kirk, and everyone else. We took the entry at 673.27 when that candle closed. Our contracts, we got into them, and they were, I believe let me just double check what I got filled at. I got filled at 178. So when price comes back here, and it's like right in that range, but instead of the bid and ask being at like 176, or I'm sorry, 177, 178, like a break even would be, the bid and ask was like at 175, 176. So we were like lost like a couple of bucks per contract with with our entry being the same. So the contracts with Theta is just kind of working against us, if that makes sense, Kirk. All right, team. I'm not going to take any more trades this morning. I got one good trade, one half off and I'm sorry, one stop out. Was size really small in that second one. So it's part of the game, part of what we do. And then let's get back after it around 2 p.m. You guys have a fantastic session, and thanks for joining up. We'll see you guys this afternoon. Take it easy.